Heippa hei, it's Riikka Kovasin here with another video making cards. This time I'm playing with Distress Oxide inks. I first cut my Fabriano cardstock in smaller pieces, so these are A6 sized. I'm then using for the backgrounds. I'm pressing the ink pad to my craft sheet and then just dragging the pieces through the puddle of color, thus making the first layer for the backgrounds. I'm using 3 colors in these. There's the peacock feathers, fossilized amber and wild honey. I then use the same colors to add another layers to the backgrounds, this time using a piece of plastic. So I'm pressing the ink pad to the plastic, adding some water, and then use this kind of a stamp to add the color to the background. I then layer the colors and let them pool, and after drying I also add a little bit of splashes there and then dry them again. Now that I have the backgrounds done, I'm then trimming them a little bit smaller so they fit to the card bases, or the card base actually creates this little frame around it. So I'm using my Fiskars paper cutter to trim the pieces a little bit smaller, and then I'm using these C6 circular dies to cut a hole to each one. I'm now deciding whether to use the smaller or a bigger circle, but I'm opting for the bigger one. It creates more of an impact. I'm then using that to cut a hole to all 3. Next I'm using the same inks again, but this time inking these little flowers. I'm first using the fossilized amber to color the bloom, but also the stems. And if it looks a little bit strange, just wait, because I'm adding the peacock feathers on top and thus creating a green color for the stems. I'm also using the same colors to ink the letters I have a pile of there, which are part of the sentiments in a little bit later stage. All these elements are cut using dies. When I then have the elements inked and the bases ready, I then start to construct each card. I'm using double-sided tape to mount the background with the hole to the card base, and then using foam tape or craft glue to adhere the flower on top. I also inked the edges of the card base to have a little bit more distinctive frame there. For the bigger blooms I'm then using foam tape as said, but the delicate one I couldn't find myself cutting these small teeny tiny pieces of foam tape, so I used craft glue for that one, but the other ones I'm then mounting with the foam tape. I use a stapler for the sentiment hello and craft glue for the rest. I'm repeating the same process to all 3 cards. First double-sided tape for the background layer, then adding the floral on top, and then the sentiments. Here are the cards almost done. They have the sentiments and the florals all ready in place. So I'm just adding a little bit of doodling to the edge, adding a little bit of contrast because these seemed quite pale. So I'm adding a black kind of faux stitch line around the edge and then a couple of epoxy stickers, and I'm using black for those as well, bringing in that contrast. I then repeat this to all 3 cards, and after that, the set is done. Here they are, 3 flower cards that state hello you, hello love, or hello friend. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, well, you know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you within a week. Bye for now.